So how much do you think this piece of art really cost? $100, $10,000, or $20,000? Yeah, you are still thinking, huh? Well, put your figure in the comment section below. So what you see right there is a collection of several hundreds of used shoemaker boxes, carefully and perfectly stacked together. Well, if you are like me, with no sense of artistry, I bet you wouldn't pay $1,000 for that. But wait, stay and find out the story behind this magnificent piece of art, the true value, who is behind it, and what he blew the gigantic proceedings that came from its sales. Welcome back. So this you see right here is the Non Orientable Nkansah. Yeah, a perfect name because, well, you can't rent it, and two, it's none of your business. A perfect name for a perfect craft, huh? That was just a harmless joke to make you cringe before you explode when you hear how much this piece of art was sold for. Before we talk about the art itself, let's take some time to acknowledge the artist, of course. So that's Ibrahim Mahama, the 73rd Africa's most influential person, well, according to the Africa Report published in 2020. Yeah, so to my Ghanaian folks, he has nothing to do with your former president. Neither does he have any affiliation with the former president's millionaire brother. Apart from, yeah, well, he being a millionaire too. So yeah, Ibrahim Mahama was born and raised in Ghana. Did visual art in high school. It was a subject I really didn't like, did I? You probably didn't even like it. Did his undergrad also in the art in the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Went on to do his MFA. That's Masters in something. Masters in Fine Art. Or maybe money for art. Oh, bingo, that is it. That's why he's making a lot of money. Yeah, so that's all I will tell you. I know you ladies are staring at his lips, marking the time for me to tell you about his status, whether he's singular, single, or plural. I mean, singular means when he wakes up, not even someone to say hi to him in the morning. And single means, yeah, he's probably roaming around, talking to, you know, so many ladies, but no one has tied him down yet. And plural means, yeah, he's out of bounds. That's what you ladies, most of you, I know you don't want to hear. That's your assignment. Try and find out. But probably he's singular. So yeah, let's come back to the art. I mean, I was getting ahead of myself. So Ibrahim Mahama sold 3 pieces of this art you see, the Non Orientable Nkansah, to 3 clients for $1 million in total revenue. Yeah, one went to the National Gallery of Canada, a Miami Museum, and a London Museum. And wait, the creamy of the issue is what he did with that money, which will blow your mind. Yeah, so what you just saw are 6 used aircraft bought and transported from Accra to Tamale. Yeah, I know you're all cringing right now. Yeah, what the hell? I mean, why not even, he hasn't even seen the Ferraris, I mean, or dude, get yourself a Tesla, or worst, a strip club or casino, or women, I mean, why use aircraft? Ibrahim wouldn't have all of that, and that is my point of interest. Apart from me wanting that $1 million, well, for, you know, to buy a season ticket at Anfield to watch all Liverpool games, renting a hotel in Merseyside for the whole Premier League, and probably, you know, get a side chick in the hotel with me, and eating Doritos and, you know, and all that. Ibrahim, so if you are listening, yeah, that's my aim for your money. Ibrahim Mahama is changing the definition of what it actually means to be wealthy. He has bought about 100 acres of land where he is established an archive, a cinema where kids in and around his hometown could visit, school, or use the facility for free. I mean, free of charge. Isn't it crazy? Currently, the 6 aircraft are renovated, decorated, and some turned into classrooms where kids and tourists come for tourism and orientation for free. Look at how these kids are happy. a genuine smile that releases unborn dreams from the next generation. As we speak right now, he has spent no less than 2 million euros into his red clay studio and the Savannah Center for Contemporary Art in Tamale. So one thing about this guy is when he was asked about how and why he is actually wasting, quote unquote, why he is wasting his money on this, he says, and I quote, wait, we are only truly successful when we are able to create experiences for the next generation or the generation that is yet to emerge. Couldn't have said it any better, could he? Look at the joy and the excitement on the faces of these kids who would have never had a chance to see an airplane in their entire life. Some of them are probably going to grow up to be pilots and African leaders somewhere. And guess where their inspiration and aspirations might have actually come from. What even inspires me the most is the fact that he didn't seek to do this in either Accra or Kumasi. These two cities have swallowed up many of such projects for far too long. It's high time we start these life-changing initiatives in our own hometowns, in our small way. It might be your first $1,000, but you truly never know how much impactful it might mean or it might be until you put it to that use. And you know what? These things make me believe in two things. Well, I can say two beings: humanity and God. You see, when you do such things, these kids go on their knees and they remember you, they remember your faces, and they do pray for you. And so success comes easily your way too. For instance, one of Ibrahim's art, which is called In Between the World and Dreams, has seen so much success. Here is a picture of the art covering the Ghana National Theatre. And here, there it is, hanging on the street of Italy during the popular Venice Biennale in 2015. Even mind-blowing, there it is, fully replacing all the national flags in Manhattan in New York at the United Nations headquarters. Crazy, huh? He could replace all the national flags of every country with his art. How much more do you define success? So let's talk a little bit about this piece of art. It will probably give you an idea as to why his art sells so expensively. So this piece of art was made from jute bags and jute, which is primarily made in India and Vietnam, imported by the Ghana Cocoa Board for cocoa export. But with time, these old jute bags end up being used for bagging charcoal, food crops, and many other domestic uses in Ghana. One peculiar thing about these sacks is that usually owners write their names or initials on them. So with time, they look like human skin with tattooed names on them. And they are usually soiled with sweat and dirt and sometimes torn from street stress. So Ibrahim went around to collect these old sacks from their owners by replacing them with new ones, sew them together into a very large patch to signify the injustice this was indigenous laborers receive for their toils and how the West benefits. Literally for free. Speaking about going around to collect the sacks, nobody will give you the old ones for free, so you have to buy new ones. Think about it and give it to them and take the old ones. We can talk for hours about Ibrahim and his art, but here is where time will allow us to end. This has been a typical Black Excellence episode, and we bring you another banger about a young lady doing something unthinkable with her pennies for the needy in our next episode. Consider subscribing and turning on the notification button. Until then, see you